All right, thank you for joining us for the September series episode of the MoneyMaker, the reseller webinar. As a reminder, the frequency of this, and I know there's some questions that we found in our community, was that we should standardize the timing of this. We actually do this once a month, the first Wednesday of every single month. The only disclaimer is that if that is a U.S. holiday, we do push it to the following Wednesday. It is always at 10 a.m. Central Standard Timing. Today's agenda will introduce you to some of our guests. We have some great team members from the reseller team here to go over some pretty important topics for us. We'll go over the product demos of delegation, review again, pricing and promotions. We have some great product announcements for you, and then we'll end with Q&A. Please do use the Q&A section. We will choose the ones that we want to answer live, and then if we decide, we can answer in text. So again, please use the Q&A for questions. If you have any other items besides a question, please do use the chat. All right, as a reminder, as your hosts of this, I'm Shannon. I think that you guys all know who I am and Chelsea. We're pretty active in the community. There again, Chelsea is the product manager. I'm the marketing manager. We both have been here for many years, and we really work hand in hand with you, the resellers. You guys may have seen Christina, who had joined our team recently at the beginning of this year. She had been fulfilling, this was her main role, was to facilitate these once a month. She is on leave and she'll be back in 2019. So we miss her energy, but she'll be back in 2019, taking this back over. In the interim, you're stuck with Chelsea and I. Chelsea's actually joining us. Yeah, I know. Chelsea, why don't you tell us where you're joining us from?
So I am actually in the UK right now. I am at the Heart office in Hayes. So I'm out here visiting our new company acquisitions and seeing their reseller programs, figuring out what we want to do going forward, and bringing them into our reseller programs. Seeing if their wants and needs add up to ours as well.
That's great. So thanks for joining us all the way from the UK, Chelsea. So we are going to jump into our other guests. So Chris and Kurt from the reseller team have graciously joined us. Chris is an engineer on the reseller team. Kurt, I'm sure you guys all are familiar with Kurt too. He is on our advanced support team. So they will be facilitating the demos for us. Thanks so much for joining us. Chris and Kurt, if you could just acknowledge that you guys are both able to hear.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Great. So let's jump into it. We are going to start with delegation. Now, let's take a step back. We did roll this out. We do have a full demo video that can be found at the Reseller Team YouTube channel. Again, I will share this link in the community. I'll even post it in your Reseller Control Center. We do want to be aware of the delegation. The reason we felt that it was important to revisit this is we had a round table with some resellers just to get some feedback. And one of the things they asked for was delegation. We were quite surprised since we had already launched delegations. We just wanted to bring this back to you guys so that you understand the full functionality of this, bringing you the better customer management. So a couple bullet points. Chris, I don't know if you want me to go over that or if you want to go over that.
Go for it, and then I can take it away for the demo.
Sounds great. So having the delegate access allows you to manage your customer's account without needing the account's password. This was something that was asked for quite some time, and we rolled out. Chelsea, do you know what around, or Brian, what time frame we rolled this out? Sorry,
I was on mute. It was December. December.
Yep, I knew it's been for quite some time. You can request delegate access via the Reseller Control Center, which we'll show you in just a minute. There are some requirements. In order to access your customer's account, you will need to have the two-step auth enabled on your GoDaddy account. Okay, so remember that's a requirement. Also, you will only need to request access for existing customers, or if you want to enable purchasing power via delegation access. all new customers will have limited access automatically enabled. Okay, so some important requirements and some things to note about the delegation feature. We'll let Chris jump into the demo, go into a little bit more detail of this. So I'm going to stop my screen share and then I'll let Chris take it from there.
Awesome. Good morning, everybody. Like Shannon said, my name's Chris, and I'm an engineer on the Reseller team. Today, I'm going to be walking you guys through what delegation is in the Reseller Control Center, if you're not already aware. It is a feature that's been out for all of this year, but we've had quite a few resellers with some questions on it and wondering if it was even possible. So we just wanted to make sure to take the time to highlight and go through what delegation is, how we can use it, and all of the setup to get it going. So everything that Shannon just highlighted, we're going to walk through in the demo, including setting up two-factor authentication on our account. So right now I'm logged into my reseller, and this is just the dashboard of the RCC. And I want to get over to take a look at my customers and maybe add some products or go shopping for them so I can get into their account. Now, previously, a lot of resellers have managed their customers in such a way where they store their passwords and their usernames, all their credentials in plain text somewhere on a note, even like a sticky note. And that's not really a secure way to go about things, and it's not an efficient way to go about things when you grow and scale your business. So delegation is an easy way for us to manage our customers without having to write down passwords and keep that everywhere. So to get to our customer page, we're going to go to the Reports tab, look under the customer, look up Report. And once this page comes up, it'll have a list of all of our customers. Now, I've gone ahead and created a few customers and updated a few as well, just to highlight the different types of delegation levels that we have available. For instance, like Shannon said, you may have to request any sort of delegation access for existing shoppers. So any customers that you may have had before delegation went live late last year will not have any sort of delegation access. So that's what we're going to take a look at with this legacy shopper. So if we go into this customer, we're going to see this request access button. I can request manage products or manage and purchase products. We'll go over that shortly. But there's no way for me to log in as this client right now because he was created before I even had the ability to delegate. So going off of that, any new customer that's created on your account is going to get created with the default access permissions, which is the ability to manage your products. So as a reseller, you'll be able to manage your customers' products. That means maybe provisioning instances, going through their domain, setting up products for them, but you will not be able to purchase on their behalf. So that's what this screen looks like. We have this default access customer. We still see a request access button if you want to upgrade your permissions, which we will do in a moment. But we also have this login as client button. And then one more thing just to show a full access customer. Simply you see a login as client button because you have all the permissions that you need to manage their account and purchase products on their behalf.
Hey, Chris, could you just pause real quick and tell us what that that box above it is, the call out box? Yeah.
Oh, yes, this box above, just on a quick side note, this is a disclaimer for GDPR, which if you aren't aware, it's the General Data Protection Regulation. It was implemented by the European Union and took place at the end of May of this year. But basically, it's a whole bunch of privacy requirements that allow you, or not allow, but restrict you from sharing and using personal identifying information in such a way that could be bad for the customer. So you need to be careful when you're sharing personal information. It needs to be protected and secured at all levels. So just keep that in mind.
And when you X out of that, it does remove, I've seen. Does it come back on every unique person, or is it one X? Do we know what the rule on that is?
I believe it comes back, but
Okay.
we can take a look in a second if we.
Yeah.
or look at another customer.
No problem. So just a side note on that, and Chelsea, I don't know if you want to add anything else. It's very critical that you guys take it upon yourselves to be GDPR compliant where you need to be. We covered that in a previous webinar. So if you need a refresher on that, please do revisit that webinar, again, found on the Reseller Team channel. We also had some information sent out about that. So please make sure that you are compliant.
Yep, we do have, and let me call out one more thing while we're on that. Just so you're aware, we do have this marketing consent tab on our customer lookup page, and that shows whether or not our customer has opted into marketing consent. So that means it's okay for you to market on their behalf. They have explicitly provided you that. Continuing on with the delegation demo, we're going to take a look and try to delegate as this default access client because we're a reseller and we want to manage this account for them real quick. So I'm going to click this login as client button. And we see immediately that this error growl pops up. And it says to provide the best security for you and your customer, we require you have two-step verification set up before accessing your customer's account. Like Shannon mentioned at the beginning, there is a requirement for your two-step authentication, and that's just a way so we make sure that your account is secure and protected because we don't want like a compromised account going in and being able to access customers and their products. So we did make that check have to occur. Luckily, it's really easy to opt in to two-step verification. So you can just click on that account settings button, and it's going to take you directly to your account security page. And if you look, there's this box here for two-step verification. I'm going to go ahead and add this. Can only change it to high-risk transactions. What you do is you provided a phone number, and then immediately you're going to get a verification code via text. I just got one via text message right now, and I'm going to put that in. Great, so now I have two-step verification set up on my account. What I can do is run back over to my Reseller Control Center. And if I go back into this customer, I'm going to try to log in as the client again.
So while you're logging in, there was, I think, an important question that was asked in the Q&A. When you access this, you do not have access to the customer's payment information.
No.
Okay, and so Chelsea answered back that you will never be able to see customers' full payment method information, and so that is verified.
Yes, so if you try to go into several areas of the account settings of your customer, right now I am delegated as this default access customer. My access is restricted when trying to go over to the payments. So really what you're going to see.
Login and PIN as well.
Yep, login and PIN is also forbidden.
Yep, perfect. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, so we're delegated now as this customer. But what if we wanted to go and make purchases on behalf? Because as it is right now, there's no products. We can start shopping, and this is going to take us to the reseller storefront. And if I wanted to add some sort of WordPress hosting plan to their cart and check out, I'm going to see, oh, hey, this area is restricted based on our access level. Please contact the account holder to request access to this section. So this managed product access level allows us to add products to the cart, but it's not going to let us purchase on the customer's behalf using the payment information that they have provided in their account. So what we would need to do is go back in and request the upgraded access, and I'm going to show you how to do that and what the flow looks like. Access support page. So it's going to be right on the screen we left when we entered delegation.
And Chris, before you go on, the other option is we can load the cart for that customer and that cart is preserved for that particular customer, correct?
Yes. Yes, it is preserved for the customer. Like I mentioned, you can add products to the cart on their behalf, but you cannot complete the transaction. So we're going to manage and purchase products now. So what just happened is an email request was sent to the customer. I'm going to show you from a customer perspective now. So we're going to switch contexts. And I'm going to look in my inbox, pretending I'm not the reseller anymore, I'm the reseller's customer. I just got an email from Moshi Trading saying we'd like access to your account. So what we're going to do is manage our account access. I'm going to copy that link just because I need a separate session here. And paste that in here. And what's going to happen is it's going to take me to my account and I can grant them the full access. So you can update your access directly, no access, limited, or full. Right now, you can say full access. And now we can go in, delegate, and get the full access to the account. I'm going to show you that really quickly by logging in to this account because this is logged into a full access reseller already. Actually, we're going to shortcut it. So now, if we have a full access reseller, we can log in as that client. And we can do anything we want on that account. Obviously not viewing payment methods or anything though. So what I can show you is go shopping again on the storefront.
Chris, do you want to take a look at payment methods right now and just show like that it still says restricted access?
Oh, yes, on full access. You can't access this area with the account.
So it's still, no matter what, even if you can make a purchase, you can't see any of their actual card information. So, so again, that customer feels protected, that even if they trust you a bit, they don't have to trust you with all their money.
Exactly. Cool. So now if we were to add a hosting product to the cart and go to checkout now, we're going to see different disclaimers because I do not have a payment method on file, but it's not going to restrict us from making that purchase. It's basically telling us, hey, we need to have a payment method on file now. So it's going to allow us to do that. Additionally, with any sort of delegation access, you're able to manage products. So really quickly, I can just show you manage WordPress, for instance, here. Is a product that this customer owns and maybe they need help provisioning it. So as a reseller, we can delegate in and be like, hey, let's help you out and we'll take a look. So in delegation mode, we can go through and we can provision, go through the setup flow for a WordPress instance or any other product that they're doing. We're not gonna worry about completing this, but that does allow you to do it. And so now it's installing WordPress on this customer's account. So that's basically what we have in delegation. Just to review really quickly what we went over. We went over the various access levels that you can have to our account, how to enable two-factor authentication, how to request additional access to your customers, and then also delegating into customers' accounts. So I'll be available to answer some more questions about this after the meeting, but I'm going to turn it over to Kurt now.
Great. Thank you so much for that. Again, we'll be answering some of the questions that are not already answered in the Q&A towards the end that relate to this delegation. So thanks so much, Chris, for joining us. I'm just going to pop this up real quick, Kurt, and then we can get moving on yours. We're going to now move to, just to confirm, Kurt, can you guys see my screen? Okay. We are going to move to the pricing and promotions. This is pretty interesting and exciting topic for it as we grow and move towards this. We brought in Kurt to really help show us where to access, the product pricing and the promotion section. So I'm going to give it over to Kurt. I'm going to stop screen sharing, and then Kurt can take it from there.
Thank you very much, Shannon. This is the right one. Hello, everyone. So we're going to be going over just a kind of a quick note on product pricing. We do get a lot of customers or new resellers specifically asking about, hey, I just updated my pricing and it's not taking effect, or which products am I supposed to be pricing out that are shown on our storefront? And this kind of spawned mostly on the hosting product itself. So through my dashboard, I can go to products and go to hosting. And the biggest one we'll look at today is going to be the web hosting product. So this has been, for those who've been here for through the years, this has been like the 2GH plans, the 4GH plans, all of our other just standard hosting products, as well as our cPanel, Business cPanel, and Plesk. So there's a lot of different products here, and it's kind of daunting for anyone who goes in this page to kind of know what they're doing, where they're looking at. So once this page loads, so when you first go in there, just under hosting, you'll see tons of hosting products. And most of these aren't actually active anymore on our storefronts. So we're going to start out with what's actually available on your storefront itself. So for those of you on the Classic Legacy storefronts, there's only three hosting plans right now. You'll see is Economy, Deluxe, and Ultimate. These correspond to the cPanel Economy, Deluxe, and Ultimate right here. So let me just pull up my the old Legacy storefront. What's up, y'all? Apparently that's delegation problem. Okay, but so those are the I'll get that up here in a second. But those are the three that are shown. And with our new storefront, you're going to see the addition of the economy plan as well. There we go. So yeah, here's the three plans: the economy, the deluxe, and the ultimate. And if you go to the new storefront, and hosting, we'll just go to cPanel. The entry level is also called the starter on the storefront. This just helps with just letting people know, hey, this is the beginner plan. Go back to, and then going back to this is mirrored over to the Plus plan, so you'll have all 4 Plus plans with your 4 cPanel plans. The next thing we'll see is there's 2 different areas for business hosting. You'll see the Prime Business, Premium, and Enterprise. These are not actually sold through the storefronts. These were kind of old out plans that we didn't get through the reseller. So you're going to want to price out the Launch, Enhance, Grow, and Expand plans. And going back to my storefront. Here we go. So if I go to the business plan on the new storefront, these plans the business plans will not show on the legacy plan. You'll see the Launch, Enhance, Grow, and Expand business plans here as well. just to kind of fulfill what's directly offered through your storefront and how it matches out with the Reseller Control Center pricing. And then on this, from here, you can just go ahead and it's going to go economy. If you want to change your pricing, let's go ahead and make this $10. I'm going to have a sale for $7.99. We're going to do the dates. This lets the system know what dates you want the products to be sold, to be at your discount pricing on. Go from the 5th to the 8th. And then all you would have to do is hit save, and this will trigger pricing to update. If there's an error message, as right here, it'll give you an error on the top of the screen saying, hey, your pricings cannot be saved due to either enter the wrong dates or whatever minimum pricing or some other default rule we have that won't let you go under or break something that you would be selling. And the second part of this we're going to do is promotions. Promotions let you sell your products at lower buy rate or at discount rates above what your sell rates are. So if you want to offer 10% off on a code on all sales, you can go ahead and create your promotional codes here. Usually we use, people like to use this for marketing, so they can kind of track, okay, this many customers has used this promotional code. All of our promo codes are unique to each reseller and are kind of housed in the same system. So if you create a 15% off promo code that's like, I'll use my KY promo, no other reseller can use this promotional code. It'll just kind of error out and time out on you after a while. But if you ever want to create a promo code, just from the promotions tab, click on create promo, type in the promo name.
And Kurt, as you're setting this up, one of the things that I feel is that the resellers don't utilize this enough, that the custom promotion section and creating your own promo codes. So that is why we wanted to demo it here, is to really get you guys to remember that we do have the promo section, we do have the custom promo. It's a great way to track, a great way to associate marketing dollars. So we want you to utilize that.
So thanks, Shannon. And so with the promotional code, you can do either dollar amounts or percentage. Our promotional codes are set up so you cannot go over 15%, just because that's kind of a lenient way to make sure you don't go negative on orders. You can set the minimum amount, and you can set your dates on if you want to do, and let's do 2019. So that will let you set your dates on how long your promo is. You can just hit save. Can update the start. Oh, this exists. Oh, that's why. Sorry, I was creating a promo that I just created. And that's how you just create a promo. You can then, if you ever want to, go back into your promo just by clicking the pencil beside it. And you can change the date, the rules on the promo. The start date will never be able to change, but you can go, if I want this promotion to go till the 15th, I can just hit resave, and it will update the promotional code for you. And that's just kind of the basics of how to update your pricing and create your own promotional codes.
Great, thank you so much for sharing. In a later one, we are planning to bring in somebody from the pricing team to help us look at creative ways to price products and to really get in depth into the whole promo and pricing structure. Thanks again, Kurt, for joining us. I am going to take this back over and we're going to move to product announcements. I know everybody's anxious to hear about some of the website builder and some other stuff that we are. So I'm going to bring it back over and I'm going to ask Chelsea to take it from here.
All right, sounds good. So with the, I'm going to go over August 1st. So we launched the new Super Storefront. So resellers who had a Super Reseller plan got the new storefront. The old one is gone. And that's all part of our move of trying to get everybody onto the new storefronts. So keep on working away on your WordPress plugins if you're building your own custom site, or take a look at the new standard storefront and think about moving there because they're going to be in a couple months. We did launch SSL on custom domains on that standard storefront as well. So that rolled out, as many of you are probably already aware. We also rolled out the website backup product. And I know last time we talked about Website Builder, that Go Central product coming out. That is coming out here in September. It is literally in the next couple days. It's I'm really hoping that we'll have pricing out today, but check back tomorrow. We should have all pricing lined up for you so you can price it out, and then we'll get selling next week. That we can set up launch to be next Thursday. In the Reseller Control Center, we're going to be working on improved onboarding. I know since you are here, you've already onboarded as a reseller, but we are trying to make the experience better to get you more information even once you're onboarded, that you can still get back to good information just to get started. Who knows, maybe you guys will learn something still from it. Looking at the new storefront, the VPS and dedicated server is going to be on the new storefront this week. So it is going to be there. I know that was a big ask for resellers when they were first taking a look at the new storefront and why people were opting out. So we're going to be getting that new, the VPS and dead server on that new storefront, as well as the plugin. There's also going to be domain back order, and that's going to be later on in September. And as a platform update, we are stopping sales of fax through email. And if you have any customers that have that product, you've already been notified of this. If you didn't get any notification, it means you don't have any customers that have this product. We are going to be, we've already notified the customers as well to kind of get ready to start moving away from it to find another option. If your customer does have fax through email, they can keep that phone number, and that we provided them options on how to keep that phone number, roll it over in case they have business cards or whatnot with that, using that phone number. So then looking into October, we are working on the custom navigation. So that means that you're going to be able to build certain pages in the in perhaps a WordPress plugin, or develop it yourself using APIs, and then modify the navigation of the standard storefront to go to your new custom page as you'd like. This is also even if you have a full custom site that you've built. You'd still want to update our navigation just in case a customer is going to legal pages or something that needs to navigate back to your site. We should have all the same navigation as you have on your custom site as well. Then we are also adding in config options to the SSL. It's kind of the same setup options that you're used to in the old storefront. And Shannon, I'll let you talk about that promotion there in October.
Yeah, absolutely. We're very excited to offer you guys this. We have some really aggressive introductory rates for the new website builder. We are going to be having that able for you to opt in. That is what Kurt just showed you about the promotions and the Reseller Control Center to opt into. We're going to have a new offer for the new website builder. Really aggressive introductory rates. You know, GoDaddy doesn't even have these. So these are really competitive. These are year-long term rates on all of the plans. There are some pretty aggressive pricing for you guys. This is going to run through the holiday seasons. It's going to start October 1st. We wanted to give you guys enough time to get all of your marketing set up. Something new with this launch is we're going to be offering you guys an additional how to sell reasons to buy, feature benefit, all of the support that we train our sales team here at GoDaddy. We're going to be offering you guys the same type of content so that you can get all of your marketing collateral built and created based on what we use to market the product. We're going to be running this special from August 1st to December 31st, see how it goes, and then we'll go from there. But it's going to be a great offer. You guys are going to be really excited when we launch it. It should be available to opt into sometime in mid-September. It'll start live October 1st. And again, we're going to be giving you guys a lot of support to really get this product going and get lots of sales through the end of the year. Great. Do you have anything else to add, Chelsea?
I do not.
Great.
So we're really, or I guess I should say I do not, but I want to say we're really excited about what's going to be coming down the line. As I mentioned, we're going to be end of life in the old storefront very soon. Next things on the docket to do that are the remaining products. So bulk transfer, bulk registration, that's going to be coming down the line in a few months and everything too. So get ready to be moved over, and we'll be notifying people as we start rolling it out. We're going to be doing kind of batches at a time of folks. So, but it will be when we have a majority of all the pages.
Great.
There's going to be a few pages that are end of life, of course, but those products are end of life. So we'll be doing that. Go ahead, Sharon.
Along with that, with the promos, you're going to be seeing a lot of changes coming with the opt-ins and promos. We're going to be end-of-lifing some that have been around for quite a long time, and we're going to be introducing a bunch of new ones. So you will be seeing and receiving notification on all of those changes going on with offers. We have some great domain offers in the pipeline, and some other ones that will be coming as we cycle through all of that. I did want to pause here and have Brian, who is also on our reseller team, just quickly demo. I know there's been a couple questions on how to access the WordPress plugin for the Super Reseller storefront. I'm going to pause here real quick. I'm going to give the screen share to Brian, and then we'll jump back into Q&A. So Brian, good, thanks.
Thank you, Shannon. And those were great demos, Chris and Kurt. I'm just going to real quickly go through this. It won't be a full demo, but what I do have here is the Reseller Store plugin installed in my WordPress site. If you don't have that installed, you would just click Add New up here and search for Reseller. Looks like I'm having a small issue on there on my test account, and you would find that plugin. So once you've installed the plugin, if you go to the Reseller tab here, you'll want to go ahead and sign in and activate, and this will take you to a activation page. Now, if you have a Super Reseller plan, you will actually get two plans that show up in this list. One of them will be your Pro Reseller plan, and one will be the Super Reseller plan. So if you come up here to Reseller Accounts, and you look, so Reseller Plans happens to be my Super, and then this Marketing Solutions is my Pro. So let's go ahead and go back here. And you can only activate one reseller at a time in the plugin. So you'll make the decision. In this case, my WordPress site is going to be for my Super Reseller plan. And so that's the one I'm going to choose from this list and activate that reseller. After activating that reseller, it will go ahead and import two products. And those are the two products that are offered by a Super Reseller. They're a Pro and a Basic Reseller. If you're not familiar with a Super Reseller plan, it's really designed for an agency that might have web pros or designers, and they want to, those designers might be on a commission-based pay model, and they want to be able to give or assign each designer their own reseller plan. And there is a nominal fee once they assign that. It's about $5 a month on the basic. That's just to kind of cover some costs, because these resale plans do come with the full suite of products like web hosting and SSL and things like that. So it's a really great opportunity if you're an agency to use the Super Reseller plan to assign these to your agents.
And I do want to add there that we do not currently sell the super reseller plan openly. It is something that if you have it now, we can restore it that way, but we're not actually selling this as there is a lot of development work that needs to happen on that super reseller program. So, so there's going to be big changes, and we don't want a lot of people joining it and then end up having to end of life a lot of the functionality that's currently there and bring on different functionality for a lot of people.
Great, thank you.
Yep,
And
thank
then-
you, Chelsea. Yeah, so now the WordPress site is designed and you're able to add the products to cart. If you don't want to go the WordPress route, we do have just a basic site that we've redone for you, and that's a fully internationalized responsive website where you can add those two products. But yeah, do keep in mind our super reseller only comes with these two products. So thank you.
And actually, Brian, if they have developed a regular reseller custom site using the WordPress plugin,
Mm-hmm.
and they also are a super reseller, so wanting to develop a super reseller site, how would they do that? Is that using the same WordPress
Yeah, you would
instance?
have to have a whole new instance. So in this case, this account is dedicated to my super reseller. And then I would want to create a new WordPress instance on a different domain. And you could use subdomains or something. You might say this is, reseller.skcd, and I might have, one site assigned to my products.skcd or something like that. So if I do go in and I change my mind and I don't want this site to be used for my super reseller, what I will need to do is go ahead and just delete these products that are on here. Let's empty my trash. So I'll get rid of those two super reseller products, at which point I can then reactivate my reseller account, and I would want to choose my pro reseller, which then will import my pro reseller. If you don't delete those products and you try to activate under your pro, then those two super resellers will not be able to add to cart. It will error, and it'd be an unfortunate experience for your customers. So make sure you delete them if you're going to reactivate.
Perfect. Thanks for clarifying. Appreciate it.
Yeah, great. So let's move to Q&A. I'm gonna screen share again, and then we can.
One thing I would like to add to the super reseller plans with the change is that you can now actually add your own custom domain to it. So you don't have to just forward to the secure server link anymore.
Yes, absolutely. Custom domain, it's the same place you would set up your pro, and those do include an SSL certificate, just like the pro accounts.
Great. So I know that there were some questions posted in the community, and then they were brought here for Q&A. I just want to cover those so that they're logged on the recording. These are pertaining to the website builder plans. One of them was, does an SSL come with any of the website builder plans? It does. It comes with the Business and Business Plus plans. They include SSL. The next question on that would be, when will we get free website builder to use for marketing? As Chelsea alluded to, we are trying to get this out as fast as we can in the next couple of days. So hopefully we'll be able to get you guys your free credits to get that so that you can start utilizing it for your marketing. Have they fixed the XML site map to include blog pages? There's no development happening on the website builder version 7 currently. Any other thing you want to add to any of those questions, Chelsea, that you answered?
No, I don't think so, and I didn't actually get too many repeats. So I think I answered the ones that I know I've seen in Google Plus about delegation and the super storefront. So I think we really have covered everything.
Yeah.
So if there's any remaining questions out there, go ahead and post them, and we'll be posting the questions and answers to the community.
Yeah, great. So yeah, I think a majority of the questions have been answered. We just had a new one, custom products. I'm not sure I know what that means. Chelsea, do you know what custom products mean?
Yes. So there is still no option to add custom products that you build that will go through our cart. It's something that our cart really doesn't allow. It's more payment processors and everything that we need to guarantee the fulfillment and delivery of all products that that people pay for through us. And we won't be able to guarantee that if it's your product. So I'm looking at other ways to get around this. If perhaps you want to, instead of using our payment methods from customers, that you would use your own. But this is fairly far out in the roadmap because it's a large effort involving many different teams.
Great, thanks. And as Chelsea said that, we will be sharing the answered Q&As that were typed. We'll be sharing those out after this. We hopefully will be able to get this live in the community by the end of today. We get it up on our YouTube channel. Please do remember to always check out that YouTube channel. It's going to have the latest demos, the latest updates, and the latest MoneyMaker webinars on there. Please do join us next month, the first Wednesday, October 3rd, for our next webinar series. Chelsea and I will be back. Hopefully, Chelsea. If not, I for sure will be back.
I will make sure I'm there. I'll be in Germany, I think, at that time, but
great.
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay, great. So again, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. Really appreciate the reseller team members who have joined us today. You guys have done a great job. I appreciate all of the information. Again, thanks for joining us today. Hope you have a wonderful day, night, whatever it is for you, and we'll see you next month. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.